Good day, everyone. Lee Skippy here, doing the double duty along with my partner John Wyatt. We are here at the ISF, the International Sports Car Federation, for their 250th race. These blokes have been around 250 races, John.
Who would have thought that it would come to this after all this time? We've got all these drivers here and a brand new layout to deal with.
And we're celebrating it on that brand new layout because this is the first time that Sanibel Speedway, which is now Bermuda Raceway, is back as part of that. So what about this track?
Well, we've got a similar layout to the old Sanibel, and this goes way, way back. One of the unusual features about this track is you've got a split boulevard situation to deal with, where the cars, instead of always running parallel, actually go one set of lanes goes to the left, one set of lanes goes to the right.
Yep. Which is good because a lot of these drivers have split personalities too. Absolutely. So now another thing that's different about this, and John, you were here for the 100th race broadcast. This is my first race. What should I know about these blokes in this lake?
Well, for one thing, it is all about keeping the car on the track, because here you got to keep track of how many times your car leaves these slots. These slots are what count. If you come out of the slot too often, you're done. We also got all kinds of rookies involved this season. A lot of new blood in this series, and that's exciting.
Crikey, it's a D-slot race? Yeah. Oh, no one told me that. Oh, I'm going to get my Tylenol and start doing my headache battle as part of this. All right, well, as he says, here we go. It's the 250 event. Let's go meet some of those drivers, and let's talk about what's happened now in the series since we last talked to you about 50 races ago. Here we see one of the competitors. This is Canadian strongman Dean Strom returning to the ISF for his first race this year. Let's go down to our man in the pits and talk about the technical changes for the series. Muck luck.
Hey, how's it going? So we have these cars here. They look great. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the shine. They are awesome looking. But you get them out on the track, and they stink. They are worst cars ever. Used to think they were good, but they are not. So we got rid of them. They're out. We're back to the old chassis. AFX Super G Plus, Tyco 440 X2. Those cars are reliable. They're good cars. These cars, they're only pretty on the outside. They suck on the inside. Kind of like that girlfriend you might have had when you were younger. Only good looks. They're out.
And there you go. That's the technical changes for the series since we last were with you. Thank you very much, Muck Luck, for putting it in a nice colorful white. We appreciate that. I did do it the right way. So now, as John Wyatt said, we've got lots of new blood in the series this year. And to talk about some of the old blood and some of the new blood and what's going on as part of that, as our correspondent John down in the pits.
Okay, you see some of the new guys here. You got Pete and Joe working on cars. I'm not sure if they know what they're doing. Pete seems to kind of know what he's doing. And he's trying to impart some knowledge onto Joe. Then we got Mike here working with Steve. Steve's new. He's an RC guy. Lots of RC guys. Pete is an RC guy. You got Bill Black over there, an RC guy. His son Andy is somewhere. He's an RC guy. So a bunch of old RC guys. Then we got guys from the Indy Slot Car. You got Christoph, the commissioner, over there. You got Matt Hyatt over there. And we got a bunch of people showing up now, which is really awesome. We're missing a lot of guys from the past. We used to have the epic battles of Larry and Jim Iverson, and Larry's obviously not with us anymore, unfortunately. Jim's traveling the world, but he stops by every once in a while to race with us. We're missing Dan Margetta. I'm not really missing Dan Margetta, but Dan used to race with us. Corey Galbraith raced for a little while. A couple other guys did, but the influx of new people. I mean, you look at this, being here racing with us, it's just a huge night here. It's pretty awesome. It's great to have that kind of competition.
Qualifying is over. It's time for the Wauwatosa Grand Prix, and on the pole, the man who has not been here for a couple of seasons now, Matt Hayek, sets a new track record. Following him, the perennial champion, Mike Fitzloff, is in second place in the Nissan GTP. Third is a surprise, but not a surprise to this heat because he has won the heats before. That's Andy Black. He is in the Mercedes car tonight. Behind him is a gentleman that he's well aware of, and that's his dad, Bill Black. He's in a Minolta car, got a bit of a busted wing on that.
What's wrong with that thing?
Well, it's not being run by John Shea. That's probably what a lot of people might say as part of that. Next to him is Hota Doble. It's John Wiedemann. He's going to look for another win to take his maiden win on this track. Actually, anybody's win on this track is good. Joe in the new colors here. Joe Heiss brings in his new
Renowned Mazda.
There we go. He's got the Renowned Mazda as part of that. Then follow that up, your champion, the number one in your hearts, although everyone wishes he'd be like number 10 on the track. That's Mr. Mike Lack in the GTP.
Suck it, Locks! Suck it!
Follow that up in the Tenoris car.
Who is that guy?
It's someone that we haven't seen in long before. It's Canadian strongman Dean Strom, everybody. Dean Strom in the Tenoris car. The Tenoris making their appearance. And the color in colors that we have not seen in a long, long time. In fact, I don't think ever in this. It is El Matador. Mike Kristoff is in the Miller car tonight.
Is he 21?
21 stone, maybe. Oh, that's a bad joke, because this guy right here is 21 stone at all. Ev Kamikawa, and that he definitely needs a new paint job. Ferrari, Shell Canadian Ferrari. Yes, exactly what that is right there. Then we got one of the rookies back here. This is Joe.
Scott Mente.
Scott Mente. That's right, Mente. Joe's up there. Followed by the Jägermeister car, Pete Dorman. And he's hoping to do a lot better than he did before.
What's with all the alcohol?
Bringing it up tonight. This guy might need some alcohol, that's because, but he's shotgun on the field, but he wants to be number one in your hearts. That is Steve
Race.
Steve Race is in. So that is your field for the GTP field for the 2018 Tosa Grand Prix. Making his return to the ISF. He's got 2 previous starts. This is start number 3, and on the pole for GTP, Mr. Matt Hayek. Matt, welcome back to the ISF, sir.
Thank you.
Tell us about that lap in this track.
I was given a good car and I had a clean lap. That's all I can say.
And that's all you need to say as part of that. There we go. There it is. It proof's in the pudding. We'll see him in the final. Here we go. It's exciting. It's the first heat race of the Wauwatosa Grand Prix. First heat race on Bermuda Raceway. Old habits die hard. Competitors tonight, we got Andy, who qualified 3rd, Fitz second, and your pole setter, Matt High.
Thank you. All right, thank you. One for Andy. That is one for Andy. That was really easy.
So as the first heat race goes on, we've got lots of new faces in the league, so let's introduce you to some of them back here. Well, absolutely, one of the most famous persons at all to join are these 2 blokes right here, after all. These 2 guys had a heck of a career in RC racing. You got Bill Black right here, and Pete Dawn. And Pete Dawn, let's start with you. Now you've been on a hot streak lately. You won the Larry Rodder Memorial. You won the Challenge Cup at our last race. And that, what's changed for you in the ISF?
Practice. Practice makes perfect.
There we go. Simple to the point. Bill Black, your thoughts of the ISF? You've been racing now 3 years as part of this here.
Well, my opinion is cheating makes him better. Cheating makes him better.
I'm starting to win. All of a sudden I cheat.
Oh, well, somehow I found butter on my tires. Don't know how I got there, but
Well, don't have garlic bread. Okay? When you have garlic bread, my hands get oily because I'm eating all the time, and I touch marshaling your car.
darn it, that's right.
Yeah, it's just oily hands.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Checking those hands. It doesn't look like he has his oil on him, but these 2 guys are hoping to take it to the victory lane tonight. So as we look at this fantastic spread here at the Tosa Grand Prix, 2 more faces that you haven't seen before, but this year they're new. We've got Steve and we've got Scott. Let's go to Scott. Scott, they're going for the food. Oh, they're doing a handshake there. Two rookies in competition. Now, this is the insanity, of course, of the ISF. Scott, let's start with you. What are your impressions so far?
I don't know.
And that will give you instant awards for lots of interviews and that kind of thing. Steve, you can beat that, right?
Probably not.
So the 2 of you, which one's better so far?
Scott.
No. Right about there.
There you go, folks. 2 of the future's bright and up-and-coming stars to challenge the veterans here at the ISF. Good luck tonight, guys.
Hey, thanks.
Mike Fitzloff won the first heat race. Here's the second heat race in GTP. At Bermuda Raceway, you've got John Wiedemann, Jota Doble, followed by Guillermo Negro, Bill Black, and Joe Hike right there in 3rd on this fantastic new island raceway. As you can see, we've got a tennis court right here on the island. No one playing tennis right now, but they left their balls all over the court. I didn't know it's possible to do that. I thought you should at least pick them up and not keep them all over the place. And what? Hey, who's getting here? Holy cow! I'm sorry. I thought this was the men's room, ladies and gentlemen. Who are you, sir? Well, don't you know? After all, I'm a famous announcer for the Chicago Cubs, and I'm on vacation down here. I know, crikey, you're Harry Carey, aren't you? Steve! You got a bloody different accent, Steve, as part of that.
There goes Steve.
And there he goes as part of that. Steve! Steve! Get back here! We need your help as part of this. You know, once again, I heard you talking about... And that's, you know, my favorite thing to talk about in here is this word ball. Because, you know, when I was calling calls and strikes for baseball, it was perfectly okay to say that Barry Bonds had 2 balls on him, but it was not okay to say, by golly, they plucked Barry Bonds in the ball.
30 seconds.
And yet here you are, you're talking about balls on the street, and I just thought that wasn't quite right. So I was going to the bathroom, I thought I'd come in here, and I saw that you have a microphone, but you don't have any buds.
That's your third.
You have any buds? Steve! I need a bud!
10 seconds.
This is the 3rd heat race in the Tosa Grand Prix. GTP style. We've got Mike Kristoff in the back, in the middle of GTP. Mike Lack right there in the Tamiya Jaguar. And Canadian strongman Dean Strom in the Tamiya Tonars. Last heat race was won by Hotadoble John Wiedemann.
Start of the 4th and final heat. We got Steve Rist, Evan Kamakawa, Pete Dorn, and Scott
Everybody's counting.
Guess what? F1 led at the line.
Everybody's still counting. That is leading by just
Dorn.
over Steve. Steve, Pete, and
Oh, it's crashing.